Italy, a country that has shaped Western civilization from its art to its science, literature, economy, politics, and even fashion. Italy's influence on the world cannot be overstated. It all started with the Renaissance, a period of cultural rebirth in Europe in the 1300s and 1600s that began in Italy. The word Renaissance actually means rebirth in French. It was a time when Europe rediscovered the art, literature, and philosophy of ancient Greece and Rome, and Italy, well, it became the epicenter of this amazing period. Now, let us rewind the clock and take a journey back in time to explore how and why Italy kick-started the Renaissance. So the stage is set in the 14th century and the backdrop is Florence, a powerful and wealthy Italian city-state. This is where it all began. But what made Florence the birthplace of the Renaissance? Well, several factors came together to create the perfect conditions for this incredible movement. First, Florence was a wealthy city. During the Middle Ages, it became a hub for banking and trade, amassing huge wealth for its merchants and bankers. The Medici family, who were prominent bankers, used their wealth to become patrons of the arts, commissioning works that showcased the talent of artists like Giotto Brunelleschi and Donatello. These early Renaissance artists experimented with new techniques and ideas that would lay the foundation for what was to come. Second, classical ruins. You see, Italy was dotted with the ruins of ancient Roman structures, sculptures, and buildings. Citizens of Italian states like Florence, Rome, and Venice had easy access to these historical treasures. They began to unearth ancient artifacts, leading to a surge in interest in classical art and culture. Scholars and intellectuals started digging through these ruins and unearthing ancient texts, translating and studying them to understand the achievements of Greek and Roman civilizations. This rediscovery of classical learning sparked a renewed interest in humanism, which emphasized the potential of human beings and their ability to shape their own destiny. And this fascination with classical antiquity led to an increased interest in Greek and Latin texts, which in turn inspired writers, artists, and thinkers to emulate the classical style. Third, new techniques. During the Renaissance, new techniques were developed and used in painting, sculpture, and architecture. For example, linear perspective, which created the illusion of depth on a flat surface, revolutionized painting. It allowed artists to create realistic and immersive scenes that drew viewers into the artwork. Artists experimented with light and shadow, creating a three-dimensional effect that gave sculptures and paintings a lifelike quality. Alright, now let's fast forward to the 16th century and head over to the bustling city of Rome. Here we have another key factor contributing to the start of the Renaissance in Italy. The popes based in Rome were becoming increasingly powerful and wealthy. They were eager to showcase their power and wealth, and what better way to do so than by commissioning grand works of art and architecture to adorn the city. The result was a surge in artistic activity with masterpieces such as Michelangelo's David and the Ceiling of the Sistine Chapel being created during this time. These iconic works not only celebrated the power of the papacy, but also exemplified the ideals of the Renaissance, humanism, and classical antiquity. Finally, let's talk about the genius of the Italian Renaissance. The Renaissance was a period when some of the most brilliant minds in history lived and worked. From Leonardo da Vinci to Michelangelo and Galileo Galilei, Italy was home to these geniuses. Da Vinci, a true Renaissance polymath, excelled in painting, sculpture, science, and engineering. Mona Lisa and the Last Supper are among the most famous paintings ever created. Yes, Mona Lisa is the paint of me. About my portrait, so much has been said of it, yet so little is truly known. When Leonardo painted me, he did not begin with brushstrokes alone. He observed me for hours, days. Not just my face, but my mood, my breath, my spirit. By the way, let's talk about another prodigy. Michelangelo Buonarroti. He was a master sculptor, painter, and architect. His David and the creation of Adam on the Sistine Chapel ceiling are testaments to his genius. Galileo Galilei. The astronomer revolutionized our understanding of the universe with his telescopic discoveries and his support for heliocentrism. These Italian geniuses pushed the boundaries of human knowledge and creativity, leaving an indelible mark on history. And there you have it. Italy's unique combination of wealth, classical influence, new techniques, and a surge in artistic patronage kick-started the Renaissance. The legacy of this extraordinary period continues to inspire and influence the world today. If you want to learn more about the Renaissance or other fascinating topics, stay tuned for more educational content. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and never stop learning. Ciao.